All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So here we go. Title update 3.0.3. What I thought about it, my opinions on it. Disclaimer right off the bat: I did not play any raids, critical raid, anything like that. I don't think I will actually ever raid again. I know some of you wanted to raid with me, and I don't know. I don't know if I really have the time at this point. There's so many games out there, but let's get right into this. I want to talk about everything within this title update and maybe get some opinions, you guys' opinions on what worked, what was good, what was bad, what could have been done better. So, right off the bat, we have starting with the main character, we can cook grenades, we could pick up ghost place C4 in mines, we could throw a bullet, all of these things. Let's discuss it. Cooking grenades. I love the fact that now you can cook grenades. I also love the fact that it comes with an audio cue. I always say this time and time again. Kudos to Ubisoft. We need more audio cues because there are a lot of us who like to play no HUD when we're seeking that immersive feeling. And although maybe you should have to count it yourself and get used to the timing, the audio cue is a nice little touch. I didn't mind it. So cooking grenades, great. Pick up ghost place C4 in mines. I love this. I love the fact that you can now set up booby traps all over the place. You could work your way through a base, and if it doesn't work out, you don't lose out on the C4 or mines. You can go and pick them up and not have to worry about losing these resources and making them again, wasting crafting resources on them or skill credits to buy them again. That was a great job, great idea. This is something I wanted since Wildlands. Fantastic. Kudos Ubisoft. Throwing a bullet by hand to lure enemies. This is I didn't ask for it. I don't know who did. I don't know what type of game they're trying to make here. Uh, It's almost as if they refuse to make a Splinter Cell game because they figure they'll just throw these little stealth tactics in this genre, which is Ghost Recon. With the diversion lore, I feel like I really didn't need this. This mechanic is very abuseful. It can be abused. I messed around with it just by throwing them, and enemies are just all over the place. They don't know what to do. I stood there and just threw it at an enemy's head over and over again, and he was looking to see what was going on. He didn't even realize he was getting hit in the head with a bullet. So, it's a little cheesy. It's funny. It is what it is. You let me know what you think about it. Do you even use this? This is really uh, the fine line we're walking with the Ghost Recon franchise now. This is probably why we're not getting a Splinter Cell game, because they figure they could just put all these stealth mechanics into Ghost Recon instead of giving Ghost Recon that real tier one operator feeling. They're giving us that half and half type of, okay, you have your tier one operator behind enemy lines kind of feeling, but then you have your really kind of Splinter Cell, Metal Gear Solid type of feeling, and we combine it into one. I think more often than not, you're gonna find people within this franchise who want AI squad controls. We really want to control our characters. We want to set up characters and then go hot, destroying an entire base. I could be wrong. You let me know in the comments. Would you rather see this genre push more towards Splinter Cell, which mechanics like this seem to be, or do you want to really get into that Ghost Recon feel, where controlling your AI teammates and setting up ambushes and things like that? I don't know, but the bullet throw, it is what it is. It's cheesy, but it gets the job done now, and I don't even see the point of the diversion lore, to be honest, but whatever. Deal more damage to enemies while in stealth. I don't like this mechanic. It is what it is, whatever. Clean weapons. I guess for those of you out there who uh, want the mud off your guns, you could do that now. I don't recall how it worked when you could just redo the paint. If the paint removed that, I assume it didn't. But yeah, all those things. Choose whether syringes heal injuries or not. This is something that I don't really mess around with. It is what it is. You let me know what you think about choosing whether syringes heal your injuries or not. I always thought it was fine the way it worked, where the syringe got you to a certain point, but you really needed that bandage to heal yourself. Or so. But let's move on to things that really the meat of this title update. Those were the things that they really gave to the player, which was really cool. But the world modifiers. So the Terminator and the Rebels are now back. Absolutely beautiful. they should also bring back all the missions that you can play with them. I think the worst thing Ubisoft did was sit down and say, okay, we're going to create this content, and then after the time passes, we're going to remove this content. You're actually making your developers create things that the fan base and your customers will never be able to play if they didn't purchase it the game at a certain point or play this at a certain point. Very, very silly. There are the couple missions that you can play, but the actual live event, it should be playable whenever, to be honest. I don't feel like this type of development is beneficial to the game. When you develop something and only in this time period can you play it to get these rewards, like don't develop like that anymore. Just create something and it's in the game. Let the player play it when they get to it, and that's that. I think the Terminators run around Aroa is it's fun if you want to have them. They're they're fun enemies to mess around with. If you want the rebels, that's cool. Just kudos to Ubisoft for letting people play the game the way they want. If they want to be, Kyle Reese and run around and kill Terminators, they can. If they want to see the Rebels and Sentinel going at it, they can. That was really cool. As far as the enemy population, drone presence, Azrael presence, helicopter patrol frequency, I really enjoy this a lot now. Turning off the drones, turning off the Azraels. I guess they couldn't tweak the timing of the Azrael drones. I really feel like the Azrael drone couldn't still be flying around us, but apparently maybe somewhere within their code they can't tweak that variable to get the timing right, so it's either on or off. Whatever. I turn it off and I enjoy it now. I don't need to be spawning in an area, something in the Azrael drone flies right over me. But the Azrael drone still provides a mechanic that I think the game can benefit from. It just needed to be implemented better from the beginning, and at this point, I don't think anybody cares about it. Uh, Meaning that when you get seen by Azrael drone, wolves and bumblebee drones shouldn't just pop up out of nowhere. It should have it should have resembled Red Dead's system where you'll see the what is it, the desperados or the people who are trying to hunt you. They'll pop up and they'll chase you down, but you go if you try to escape them, you still have that level on you, and they'll still eventually pop up and spot you. Something like that, to where these wolves and bumblebee drones, they always have the chance of popping up. You could always see them in the distance. That would have been better, but it would have had to been programmed that way, and it wasn't. So inventory management, thank God we could sell our resources at this point. I've utilized this now to the point where it's so much easier to get scale credits. I went from basically zero scale credits to like of hundreds of thousands. It was great. And I didn't sell everything, just a few things. So that was really cool. Darkest Night. Uh Great job on Darkest Night. This is how the game should look. If you get in game or if you're just seeing this now, you have no idea what everything is. Make sure you turn on Darkest Night and just leave it on. That's how the game should look. That's how the game should play. Darkest Night really brings a level of immersion into the game that's really good. The only downfall with Darkest Night, once again, these guys are not going into the code to reprogram their AI. I don't blame them. That's probably such an intense amount of code and rewriting code to try to get that to work. You probably break more things than you fix. At this point in time, moving forward, they really need to work on how the AI works in this game. People don't want dumb AI. People don't want to be in the middle of the dark in a bush and have the AI see them because they're within a certain distance. Darkest Night is awesome. The game world looks amazing, but enemy AI being able to see you in certain points is a little immersion breaking. The UI wheel, thank God, Ubisoft gave us the UI wheel. This is a godsend right now to be able to stay in game and not have to go to a menu while you're fighting and you're in combat. You could throw a grenade. You could put up a sink shot drone, place a mine, throw down C4. There's still times where you might want to switch something out, so you still have to go back. I still think that they should have figured out a way to maybe get more things on the wheel, or you can maybe highlight one of the wheels and press a button to flip through things. I don't know. There has to be a way, just like in Wildlands, where you don't have to go into a menu to access all your items in your inventory. That's my opinion on that. Like I said, the raid, I didn't do the raid, and the enemy AI, now they could reload. That's really cool. But all in all, man, I enjoyed the update. Like I said, um, everything except the raid. I I really liked when I live streamed. I had a few of you guys stop in. I was playing with the Orange Specfer, community member, Bayzy, another YouTuber stopped by, hung out. A Squad stopped by. We all played some multiplayer. That was super fun. Shout out to everybody who came by, spoke. Penguin Overlord, another YouTuber, a couple guys in the community. I think Driston, who else was it? Nameless King that stopped by and said, "What's up?" We're talking in chat. I forget. I'm pretty sure those are the guys who are in chat with us. And shout out to all of you guys who stopped by the live stream and we just hung out and kicked it. That was really fun. And also the classes, right? So now the classes have all of these abilities, not abilities, I guess what do we call them? Class levels, or I don't know. So where is that here? I don't even see it. So whatever. Each class now you can go from 10 to 20. Oh, here it is. Class progression. That's the word I'm looking for. Progression. So now we could go from 10 to 20. Uh, Here's an issue I have with this. There's nothing, and this is what I'd like to get across to Ubisoft. I know it's a lot of work, and that's why this is done the way it is. Very easy for the programmers to just sit there and say, kill this, and do that. Boop, right? You don't have to design anything. You can just program this straight from your engine, whatever you use, C++, whatever code is used in this Anvil Next 2.0. You could just have your programmers basically jot this down, and boom, it's live. But I think with these class progression levels, 1 to 10, 10 to 20, Ubisoft really misses out on the ability to tell the player or show the player how to really play this specific class. There's too much of kill this enemy, uh or kill 10 enemies under 40 seconds, or kill these enemies without being seen. Or there were some where it's run over an enemy, then pull out a rocket launcher and shoot another enemy. And then there's just, it's weird things like that which are fun to mess around with. During the live stream I had fun. I put this shit on easy. I'm just running around going through the shit. They're so silly half the time. It's like, who cares? When in reality, these can be really a continuous story on their own. It could be uh kill 10 generals within uh an hour, or just not even, just kill all the generals within the Fenbog province. And so you say, wait, what is this? Or kill all lieutenants or whatever. And they could have maybe had designated enemies that you have to recon out and find who these lieutenants are, or maybe you have to get information, hack a server, into like class, let's say class level 11 or 10 or whatever, could be hack 3 servers in Fenbog, whatever, in Fenbog province, to find who the lieutenants are, right? And then so you got to go here, here, here. You get them. Maybe it could be timed or whatever, or without dying, something like that. Uh, and then maybe 11 could be kill the 5 lieutenants, whatever, and then the 12 can be hack this, and this to find out who this is, and then you go. It could have been a way to kind of interweave a story within itself without having to really create a story. You just really need to designate an enemy. Like sometimes there are those enemies with the red berets or whatever, and those are the ones you usually can grab intel off of. Something simple like that, to where you're through this class progression. Number one, you should be using the tools of that class to get through however the story is. And number two, it kind of should be a progression system that gets you to the point where you're actually doing something, rather than these silly kind of tricks where kill 4 guys with a helicopter, or something like that. I think moving forward, doing something like that where it's beneficial for the player to recon, to go to a few bases and hijack this and assassinate that character and save that hostage. And you could have had a story within a story just with all these class progression systems, and you give the player something to actually do rather than just mess around and kill things in a certain amount of time, or two headshots at 100 meters, like weird things that people are just like, yo, this is dumb. I think the majority of people would have preferred, oh, okay, wait up. Class level, the class progression 12, I have to hack this server. I have to get information from a guy in this province. And maybe you don't know where it is. Maybe you actually have to go around and recon stuff and figure it out. So it's there's a hack a terminal in Fenbog, and then get information from Mount Hodgson, or I don't even know all the provinces' names off the top of my head. They all blend in together, and so you have the player going out and scouting these locations and maybe getting intel somehow. I think that would have been a cool class progression system, but now I'm just rambling. You get the point. And then to do them with assault, sharpshooter, panther, medic, engineer, echelon, pathfinder, that have them all using their own class tools, their own special abilities to get through it. I think that would have been really cool. And that is really it, ladies and gentlemen. I basically enjoyed patch update 3.0.3, but at this point, anything is somewhat enjoyable considering the game that Ghost Recon Breakpoint has turned out to be. I think I had a lot of fun because, like I said, playing with the community, running around with community members in co-op, having my community stop by and everybody hang out and chat and bug out and kick it and have fun. I think that might actually be 90% of the fun, where the other 10% is playing the game instead of vice versa, where the game is amazing and the community being there is, the icing on the cake. For me, the community really is the cake, and just that the game being there is the icing. So maybe it's a little vice versa, but anyway, I did enjoy it. Let me know what you all think. I just wanted to get, how long is this? Yeah, man, I'm going a little overboard. I don't want it to be too long. I just really wanted to get my point across on everything, what I thought experiencing it and playing it. Maybe I'll try to do the raid just to see how it feels. Don't quote me on that, or don't, I don't know. I don't know. With everything Valhalla I'm playing right now, and I just got done with Spider-Man on the PS5. Shout out to everybody who comes by the live streams and hangs out while I do play those games. And there's just so many games to play right now. I don't know if I want to waste my time on the raids. So that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let me know what you think about everything I went over. What stands out to you the most? Oh, I also didn't mention, how am I going to have a review without actually specifically saying kudos to opening up Golem Island. Yes, opening up Golem Island was a great idea. Blah blah blah. If I missed anything, you get the idea. It was fun, but yes, doing Golem Island is fun now. That's where we were basically playing. Me, Bay, Spec, A Squad. We were running around Golem Island tearing shit up, so that was fun. But did I miss anything else? Item wheel, modifiers, yeah, that inventory management, the player. Yeah, that's basically it, man. There was some remapping things, the raid update, and yeah, I guess I missed Golem Island because I'm rereading this and I don't even see it here. That's probably why. I probably just looked over it, but that's all. Guys, shout out to all of you. I love each and every one of you. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I love where this community is at right now. Tight-knit group of guys and girls who just come together and game, and really we're all respectful towards one another. It's really, really cool. Not too many trolling people yet. There was what what game was it the other day? I forget. I finally got like my first spam troll. Dude just came in and just spamming everything, and I was like, ah, whatever, who cares? Gonna have to figure that stuff out as we start to grow, but whatever. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about everything. What stands out to you the most? What do you love the most about this title update? Are you still looking forward to more of Ghost Recon Breakpoint? I will be getting a review out for Spider-Man, so keep an eye out for that. And I'm going through Demon Souls right now. What a pain in the ass that game is, but it's got its own little quirks to it. It's pain in the ass, but I'm kind of, like, want to get through it. So, all right, let me know what you think about everything in the comments, and we will discuss some things, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, guys, peace.